Hi, welcome back. So good to see you this morning. And aren't we so lucky that we've had some sunshine this week? We don't need to turn on the sun. The sun has turned on for us, and we know that that sun is helping all our spring flowers and our spring plants in our garden grow. This morning, I went out and I picked some of my beautiful flowers. Look at this. I picked these ones today, and even though they're not lavender, they kind of look like lavender or asparagus. Do you know what asparagus looks like? That kind of looks like asparagus, doesn't it? But what fascinated me was that each flower almost looks like a little bell. I wonder if you've got any fascinating plants in your garden that you could perhaps send me a photo of. So I know we're looking for creatures in our garden this week. How's it going? Have you found any creatures in your garden? Because there are lots. You know how I said I couldn't find any yesterday? Well, this morning I went out and there was a wriggly worm crawling right across the path in a slimy wet spot. So keep hunting, keep sending them to me. Yesterday Ming took me outside into her garden with her doggy and she showed me the things that she could do in 1 minute. So I love seeing those videos. I love hearing your voice saying good morning, and thank you for all the lovely things, the stories and the things that we are doing. So well done, Room 17. Keep up the good work, and I can't wait to see you at our Zoom on Friday. Let's start off by doing a little rhyme about birds in the garden, and our rhyme is called Two Little Dicky Birds. Let's read it on the chart first and then we'll do it with the actions. Reading with me. Two little dicky birds sitting on a wall, one named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. And that's one that we do at school. Got your fingers ready? Here we go. Two little dicky birds sitting on a wall, one named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. And we love those. I wonder if you've been reading any nursery rhymes or poems in your house this week. Right, Ladybug came with me today because we are going to do some writing about an insect that you choose. And Ladybug said to me, please write about me, write about me. And I said, okay, let's write about Ladybug. I do love the spots on the back of her body. And if you see a ladybug in your garden, you will see that it has spots in a pattern in a very bright colour. It might be bright red, or it might be bright green, or it might be bright blue. What colour are you, Ladybug? Blue? Red? Right, so let's have a look at the poem I wrote today. On the task board there is an acrostic poem where you write the letters Ladybug down, but I said you could write an acrostic poem or you might like to just write a thoughts poem. Ladybug, would you like to see our poem that we've written? I think she's clapping because she would like to see what Mrs. Craig's written on her poem board. So let's turn the board around and have a look at our poem today. Now, our thoughts poem is just your ideas. And I should have written thoughts poem, shouldn't I? So I had to think about it and I thought, so tiny. They are so tiny, so unique. That means there's no other creature like them in the world. Your dots make patterns, your colours so bright. Amongst the dull, there's another good word, green leaves. Little ladybug, you fascinate me. So those were just my thoughts about the ladybug. It doesn't rhyme. It's not an acrostic. It's just my thoughts. Do you think you could help me read it this time? Let's go. Ladybug, so tiny, so unique. Your dots make patterns. Your colours so bright amongst the dark green leaves. Little ladybug, you fascinate me. Now I know that a lot of you have been doing some amazing writing. I have just loved your creative ideas about the superpowers that your insect had. So today, see if you can really impress me about an insect. You can choose which whatever insect you would like to write about. So have fun doing that. Let's have a look at what day it is today, and today is Wednesday, the 22nd of September. And we always say that Wednesday is a bit weird. It's actually spelt Wednesday. Can you say that with me? Wednesday, but we don't say that, we say Wednesday. Today for maths, you have got a fun roll the dice game. Now, if you're in stars, you might like to pull down 3 or 4 dice. If you're in hexagons, you might like to pull down 2 or 3. And if you're in ovals, you might just pull down 2 dice. So the dice will come up with numbers and you're asked to record the number sentences. I got these 3 numbers. Oh, you couldn't have 7 on a dice, could you? So I might need to change that to 6. Silly Mrs. Craig, you couldn't have that on a dice. You would have to have that on the dice. So let's look at this one. Which numbers are going to make 10? And we know 4 and 6 make 10, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So try and drag the numbers you know together. There's no compatible numbers there, but I do know that 2 plus 3 equals 5, and 5 and 5 equals 10. So you try and use all the things you know to write the numbers to your number sentences. Now I said, could you please try and do at least 8? That wouldn't take you more than a few minutes. So I would love to see at least 8 number sentences coming through from each person. Phonics today, let's have a little look at what we've got. So today, some of you might have a pet rabbit or a bunny in your garden. Now last year I had a little girl called Heidi in room 17 and she had bunnies in her garden. This is a rather beautiful creature. Let's say the word bunny. Let's count the sounds. B, A, N, E. And we know that E at the end of a word is usually a Y sound. So let's say that word again. Bunny. Is the U short or long? B, A. It's a short sound. Bunny. So there's not many to read on this one. Let's see if we can read them together. Oops, put it in the screen. Sunny and runny and funny and bunny. Now I went hunting through my phonics cards and I found another creature that you might find in your garden. We've had the card that said mouse, but this one said mice. When there's lots of mice, lots of little mouse all around, we don't say there's lots of mouses, we say there are a lot of mice. And we know a poem about that, don't we? We might read that poem in a minute. I think it's on our board. So there are some mice. Let's turn it around and see if you can help me with the I sound. Is the I in mice long or short? Let's count the sounds. I, S. It's a long sound. So see if you can help me read the words that I do. This one today you're going to be working with some dice. You are really nice. I would like a slice of your mummy's cake today. Last night for dinner I had some rice. Okay, so I think if I do this and I turn this board around and I pull this off, oh my word, look what is hiding behind that poem. I think mice are rather nice. Their tails are long, their faces small. They haven't any chins at all. Their ears are pink, their teeth are white. They run about the house at night. They nibble things they shouldn't touch, and no one seems to like them much. But I think mice are rather nice. And so we've done our phonics on mice, and we were also lucky that we had another poem today about mice. Okay, let's do a little bit of Maori. Let's see if we can sing today. Tēnā koe, hello to one. Tēnā korua, hello to two. Tēnā koutou, hello to all. Haere mai everyone. Welcome everyone, and I hope that you are singing lots and lots in your little bubbles. Do you know what I've been doing? I've been trying to do some TikTok dances to keep myself fit because I love music and I love dancing. So don't forget to go back onto our dances that we love and songs that we love and enjoy those. Are you ready? It's joke time, and my first joke today is a knock knock joke. So here we go. Knock knock. Who's there? Radio. Radio who? Ready or not, here I come. It's meant to be ready or not, but she said ready or not. Hey, why did the kid throw the butter out the window? She wanted to see butterfly. She wanted to see the butterfly. Butterfly. That's a funny one, and I thought that was kind of a garden one. Okay, this is a funny one too. 3 jokes today because you're working so hard. Hey, did you hear about the person at the restaurant who said, waiter, waiter, there's a fly in my soup? And the waiter said, don't worry, the spider on your toast will soon get rid of that fly. And we know from Charlotte's Web how spiders eat flies. What do? They paralyze it and then they suck its blood. So let's listen to that one again. Hey, did you hear about the person who was sitting eating their dinner in a restaurant and they said, waiter, there's a fly in my soup? And the waiter turned around and said, don't worry, sir, that spider on your toast will soon get rid of it. Imagine that, a spider eating a fly in your restaurant dinner. That would be hideous, wouldn't it? So I'm going back out in my garden today because I love gardens and I love springtime and I love really taking the time while I'm on lockdown to observe closely, to look closely at the beauty of nature. So even a daisy in the garden can be amazing. And I wonder if any of you could make me a daisy chain today and send me a photo of a daisy chain. Ask your mums how you make a daisy chain. Kia ora. See you tomorrow. Ha-da-da, room 17.